Mike thought his metabolism was completely broken, and at 49, he'd been trying to lose the same 30 pounds for over a decade. He tried everything: keto, intermittent fasting, even some sketchy fat-burning supplements that landed him in the emergency room with heart palpitations. I'm not joking. But here's what's crazy. Today, Mike weighs 189 pounds, which is down from 222, and he's stronger and leaner than when he was in college in his 20s. He's eating more food than he was in years, and he's actually doing and enjoying workouts instead of dreading them. So if you want to find out exactly what he did, make sure you keep watching. Hey everyone, it's Andres here. Welcome back. I'm a registered dietitian with over 12 years of experience, and my specialty is helping busy men and women, usually parents, especially those who are over 40, finally crack the code on sustainable fat loss. Now, if you're watching this and you're in your 40s, maybe even 30s or beyond, you probably noticed that the strategies that work in your 20s and 30s just don't work anymore. And you're not just imagining it. There are real physiological reasons why fat loss becomes more challenging as we age. But here's what most people don't realize. The problem isn't that your metabolism is broken. The problem is that you're still using strategies designed for 25-year-olds. And I'm going to show you exactly what to do instead. Let me start with some good news. Recent research from Duke University completely debunked the myth that your metabolism crashes after 40. The study followed over 6,400 people and found that metabolic rate actually stays pretty stable from age 20 to 60. In fact, starts to decline only by 10% after 65. So if it's not your metabolism, what in the hell is going on? Well, there are three major changes happening in your body after 40 that make traditional fat loss advice completely ineffective. First, it's muscle loss. Starting at around age 30, you lose about 3 to 8% of your muscle mass per decade. And muscle tissue burns more calories even when you're sleeping. So metabolically, you're more efficient when you have more muscle. So less muscle means your body needs fewer calories to maintain your weight. Second, it's hormonal shifts. For men, testosterone drops about 1 to 2% per year after 40. And for women, perimenopause and menopause bring about dramatic changes in things like estrogen and progesterone. These hormonal changes don't just affect how you feel, they directly impact where your body stores fat and how easily you can build muscle. And third, recovery capacity. Your body simply does not bounce back from stress the way that it used to. Whether that's workout stress, work stress, life stress, kids stress, it all adds up. Now, here's what it gets interesting. Most people over 40 respond to these changes by doing exactly the wrong thing. The first mistake is what I like to call the eat less, move more trap. When the scale stops moving, the instinct is to cut calories even further or add more cardio. But when you're already dealing with muscle loss and hormonal changes, this approach can sometimes backfire. You end up losing more muscle, which slows your metabolism even further. You're constantly hungry, your energy crashes, and you're stuck in this cycle where you're eating less and less, but not really getting any leaner. And then on top of that, then you start to hear about all these Ozempic and GLP-1s, and you start to wonder, well, maybe I should try that. Please don't. The second mistake is copying the same workout routines designed for 20-somethings. I see guys in their 40s trying to do CrossFit 6 days a week, and I do CrossFit, or following some influencer's shred program that has them doing 2-hour workouts. I don't have that kind of time. Your recovery capacity isn't what it used to be, and more isn't always better. And I personally realized that when I had my son, when I was doing less and I was actually getting in better shape. And the third mistake, and this is a big one, is ignoring the fundamentals that become absolutely critical after 40. Sleep quality, stress management, and adequate protein intake. These aren't nice to haves anymore. These are non-negotiables. This is exactly where Mike was stuck when he first came to me. Mike is a successful business owner in Iowa. He's a father of 2, he's also a husband, and he was absolutely frustrated. He'd been carrying around this extra 30 pounds since his late 30s, and up and down all the time. And nothing he tried seemed to work for more than just a few weeks. He'd done keto, he lost the 15 pounds, then gained them all back, plus 5 more, you know the deal. He tried intermittent fasting, which worked initially, but then he hit a plateau, and he just really couldn't break through. He even tried some fat-burning supplements he found online, or I think it was a store that he went to, which actually landed him in the ER. When we first talked, Mike told me something I hear all the time. Well, I think just my metabolism is just broken, man. It's just age. I'm eating 1,400 calories a day and still not losing weight. But when we dug a little bit deeper, here's what we discovered. Mike was indeed eating very little during the week. He was not really accounting to what was actually happening on the weekends. When he was stressed, exhausted, he was easily eating 3 3,000 plus calories without realizing it. His body was in constant state of feast or famine. Plus, he was doing a bunch of cardio in the morning, and he wasn't even doing any strength training or just not following a structured routine in a way that was ideal. So he had a poor amount of muscle mass, which was honestly making his metabolism slower. And the breakthrough came when he made one simple change that completely shifted everything. Instead of focusing on eating less, we focused on eating enough. Specifically, enough protein to preserve his muscle mass while in a calorie deficit. We started Mike at around 180 grams of protein per day, way more than he'd been eating before. And here's what happened. His hunger became manageable for the first time in years. He wasn't having those weekend binges because he was actually satisfied during the week and he was just dialed in. Second, we completely changed his exercise approach. Instead of just the cardio and doing all these like strength sessions that had no purpose or no structure, we started doing a blockered SHM program, 3 to 5 strength training sessions per week, progressing up, plus 2 moderate cardio sessions. Now the focus shifted from burning calories to building and preserving muscle mass. But here's the real game changer. We started tracking his biofeedback. Instead of just looking at the scale, we monitor his sleep quality, his energy levels, his strength in the gym, and how he felt day to day. This allowed us to adjust his plan in real time. And you know what's crazy? Mike is now eating over 2,200 calories. Actually, this week I just bumped his calories up to 2,500 calories, which is over 1,000 calories more than when he started. And he's the leanest he's been since college. The key principles that made this work is first, muscle preservation nutrition, high protein intake, adequate calories, and strategic timing around your workouts. Second, strength focused training, building muscle to support the healthy metabolism, not just burning calories, and doing so smartly. And third, recovery optimization, which means prioritizing sleep, managing your stress, and allowing adequate recovery between workouts. Fourth, it's personalized feedback, adjusting the plan based on how his body was actually responding, not just following a generic program. This isn't about perfection. Mike still enjoys dinner out with his wife, and he still wants to have a beer here and there. But now he has a framework that works with his life, not against it. It's interesting because he just had an injury, and he thought he was just going to lose it because he actually had to stop training for a while. And not only he kept his weight, but as soon as he got back into it, he continued to progress. So what does that mean for you? If you're over 40 and you're struggling with fat loss, here's 3 things that you can start implementing immediately. So pay attention and take some notes. First, calculate your protein needs. I would aim for about a gram per pound of your goal body weight. If you want to weigh 180 pounds, eat 180 grams of protein per day. This alone will help you with hunger management and muscle preservation. Second, prioritize strength training over excessive cardio and make sure that you're doing 3 full body strength sessions per week will do more for your metabolism than hours of cardio, I promise. Third, track your biofeedback, not just the scale. How's your energy? How's your sleep? How are you performing in the gym? Have you even tracked your calories and macros at any point ever? This metrics will tell you if you're on the right track. Now, Mike's transformation didn't happen overnight. It took 4 months to see the dramatic changes that he made, and we made adjustments along the way based on how his body was responding. Now, if you want a personalized approach like Mike's, one that's actually designed specifically for your age, your lifestyle, your goals, I'd love to help you create that plan. I'm offering a free metabolic audit call where we'll analyze exactly what's been keeping you stuck and design a game plan that actually works for someone in your situation. There's no pressure. Honestly, it can become a sales pitch if you want it to be, but I just want to have a genuine conversation about how to get you the results that you're looking for. Now, you can take that information with you and fly with it and do it on your own, or we can support and help you. The link to book your call is in the description box below. These calls fill up quickly because I only open them up every so often, or at least like a few times every single month, because I coach my clients one-on-one. So if you're serious about finally solving this, grab a spot right now. And remember, your metabolism isn't really broken. You just need a strategy that's designed for where you're at right now, not where you were 20 years ago. I'm hoping you found this video helpful, and if you did, make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit that like button as well if you enjoyed it. Drop a comment. I'd be more than happy to answer any of your questions that you may have. And don't forget to check out our social media channels on Instagram and TikTok at Ayesta and Andres the Dietitian. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you guys in the next video.